Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So last time I showed you how to make a modern anime opening song, specifically a J-rock song in the style of Tatsuya Kitani and Eve. And I thought today we could wrap up the modern Japanese sound with a J-pop song. J-pop is a very broad term and it can mean different things for different people. Some of you might think of city pop, idol groups, different bands and artists, and I think all of that will be correct. I really wanted this song to be different than the one I did in my previous video, so I tried to make it a little bit more electronic, but of course I also wanted to have fun guitars. So here are the ingredients that we need today. We're gonna need a DAW, an electric guitar, drums, bass, different software synths, piano, Rhodes, trumpets and strings, different samples from Splice, and once again we're gonna use synthesizer V for the vocals. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're gonna start with some electronic drums playing a simple but punchy beat. Then we're gonna add a bouncy bass line. And then we're gonna add a Rhodes electric piano playing a classic J-rock chord progression. The key of this song is B minor, and most of the chords come from the natural and harmonic minor scale, with the exception of this secret chord, which is a secondary dominant. If you want to add some extra flavor, you can do this chromatic descending line. And now we're gonna add some guitars for the second half of the verse. For the guitar tone, I use a Boss GX100, and the preset has a compressor, a treble boost, a blues driver, a Fender twin reverb style amp, and also some plate reverb. And all the parts combined for the verse sound like this. Now for the pre-chorus, we're gonna switch to an 808 beat. And then we're gonna add an 808 bass. Some keyboards and synthesizers. And some strumming guitars. And finally, some cute little effects. And here are all the parts combined for the pre-chorus. Yay, so we're finally in the chorus. We're gonna start with some punchy disco drums. And just to make the bass more fun, we're gonna add a fast arpeggio. We're gonna add synths, piano, and a Rhodes. Strings, and finally guitars. And this is how all the chorus parts sound combined. The intro is very similar to the verse, but it has some extra pianos. Trumpets. And this guitar riff. Yay, so we finally get to the vocals. I usually write the vocal melody with MIDI first. And then I use CMB to get real sounding vocals.
確かな世界は何だったの吹き抜けてく風正しさとか間違いの答え合わせ
And that's pretty much it. Let's check out now the full song.
開けるようにもうすぐ世界は終わるでさ確かな世界は何だったの吹き抜けてく風立ち尽くす帳の向こうへさ救いはないけれどたどるように最後に足跡見つめてさかすかな春の気配がするキラキラに光ってでも全然足りなかったねもう終わりにしようよ正しさとか間違いの答え合わせこんなことでさえ悩みの種ってもう全部消えちゃうんだ最後の夜風に見慣れた景色溶けた春が今もう祈る言葉も思いも崩れてく世界の優しさも朝が来て確かなさよならさ光る最後の夜風に触れながら溶けた春に羽ばたいてく
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the huge support on my previous video. It really means a lot. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this. I'll see you next time.